Good morning, children. Welcome to yet another session of English 2. Children, you have seen a river flowing. Yes? How does it flow from one point to another point, passing through many places? So, what does flow mean? Flow means go from one place to another in a steady stream. And what does chart mean? You have seen many charts from your nursery till today. So, what is chart? A chart is a sheet of information in the form of table, graph or diagram. So, today what we are going to see? We are going to see the process of making a systematic representation from one step to another and finally achieving the target, which is called a flow chart. So, let us see how to make a flow chart. Now children, what is a flow chart? A flow chart is a visual representation of the sequence of steps and decisions needed to perform a process. Now each step in the sequence is noted with a diagram shape. Then steps are linked by connecting lines and directional arrows. Now in order to create a flow chart, we need to have a step-by-step analysis of what is happening at every stage of the process and has to be recorded. Now the first step is observe what is to be recorded. Ask relevant questions like what, why not, etc. They often help us in finding the answers. Then think of possible explanations. Then finally draw your conclusions. Okay. Now, what are basic flow symbols of flow chart? Now when you are making a flow chart, there are some symbols that are used. Like if you can see on the screen, you can see the oval shape, the rectangular shape, the arrow and the hexagon or the diamond shape. Okay, so there are four basic flowchart symbols. The oval is an end or a beginning. The oval or terminator is used to represent the start and end of a process. Then the rectangle, a step in the flowcharting process. The rectangle is your go-to symbol once you've started flowcharting. Then the arrow indicates directional flow. It also joins two shapes. Okay. The diamond means it tells you from this it is going to the other step. Step number 1 to step number 2. Then the diamond indicates a decision, the final thing. Okay. Now here I am showing you one example. Everybody likes eating noodles, right? Everybody likes eating Maggi noodles, na? Now if you want to prepare the noodles, what you will do? You are going to follow some steps. Like here you can see step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now all these 10 steps when you are performing, what are you doing? You are planning it, right? First what you do is you bring the noodles, then you bring the vegetables and cut it, keep it properly on one side, then you take the noodles, you boil it, then you drain it, strain it, okay? Then you take a pan, keep it on a gas stove, put oil in it, then you put the vegetables in it, then you put the Maggi or the noodles that you have prepared and then you stir it, okay? Adding all the masalas and everything to make it tasty. Now all these things that you have done, when you put it in a proper manner, it makes a flow chart. See, okay? First one, get noodles. Then next step 2 and 3 is get the vegetables and cut it. Then 4, 5, 6 and 7 includes boil the noodles and strain the excess of water. Then the next step tells you put the pan on the gas and add oil to it. Then it goes to the next step which tells you add a vegetable and then the noodles and sauces. And finally the last one, which is noodles are ready to eat. and you enjoy the noodles, right? So here we have seen the flow chart, children, how to make the noodles. Okay. Now, the second thing that we are going to see is the tree diagram. Now, these tree diagrams you have already done in your previous standards. But the only thing you were doing it in the form of shapes joined together. But exactly what is a tree diagram? Let us see. So children, a tree diagram is a chart that begins with a central idea and keeps branching until the information of the central idea is exhausted. Means till the end. Okay. Tree diagrams proceed from general to the specific topic in a systematic way. A tree diagram is a diagram in which lines branch out from the central point or stem. Now if you have seen a tree also, it happens in the same way. There is a big trunk and different branches go out. Same way in a tree diagram there is a central idea or the main idea, and from that main idea different things come out and the question is asked accordingly. Okay. Then they closely link things or events without forming any closed loops. For example, a family tree, which is indicated in the genealogical chart, shows the ancestry, descent and relationship between all the family members. Now, for example of the family tree, the main person from whom the family is started is the trunk or the central idea or the main person, and from them suppose a person like you have seen in your history also, children. So children, a tree diagram is a chart that begins with a central idea and keeps branching until the information of the central idea is exhausted. Means till the end. Okay. Tree diagrams proceed from general to the specific topic in a systematic way. A tree diagram is a diagram in which lines branch out from the central point or stem. Now if you have seen a tree also, it happens in the same way. There is a big trunk and different branches go out. Same way in a tree diagram there is a central idea or the main idea, and from that main idea different things come out and the question is asked accordingly. Okay. Then they closely link things or events without forming any closed loops. For example, a family tree, which is indicated in the genealogical chart, shows the ancestry, descent and relationship between all the family members. Now, for example of the family tree, the main person from whom the family is started is the trunk or the central idea or the main person, and from them suppose a person like you have. So children, mainly you have seen this tree diagrams in the history. Okay. Right, in ascending order according to the events that is occurred. Okay. Or you have seen in your English also, like types of speech, parts of speech or types of noun. Yes. So you draw the tree diagrams to show the different types, and the main idea or the central idea is lies in the topic, that is noun. You are going to tell types of nouns. So the central idea is noun. Suppose if you are telling about parts of speech, then the parts of speech is your central idea, the main idea. Okay. This way you can show many type of tree diagrams, not only in English and history but in all the subjects. Okay. Or in your day-to-day course. For example, if a person asks you, where do you live? I live in a 2 BHK. So a 2 BHK. So your 2 BHK will be your central idea. And 2 BHK means what? There is a bedroom. In that, a bedroom, a hall and a kitchen will be the branches of that 2 BHK. Then in the bedroom, what do you have? You have the bed, you have the almirah. Okay. Then these are the two branches of the bedroom. Then if you go to the kitchen, then in the kitchen what do you have? You have a dining table, you have chairs. That will be the two parts of the kitchen. So this way your tree diagram is formed. Okay. So I hope children you understood the concept of the tree diagram. Now this is an activity that I am giving you for homework. which you are going to do. Okay. The activity is make tree diagram showing. Now this is already done in your textbook. From your textbook it is there, and we had not done it that time because we had to do after the explanation of these diagrams. Okay. In case if you have done it, you will do it again. This is on page number 16 of your textbook, question number 1. Okay. You have to draw and show and send the pictures to the groups. Okay. Then the next one is a flow chart. You have to make a flow chart to show the steps involved in making a drawing in your notebook. Okay. I hope it is easy to you. Means from where you will start and how you will complete. Okay. All that steps you have to show in the flow chart. I hope you understood the topic today, children. Thank you for watching patiently. This is your teacher Dipti Kamalwar signing off. Let us meet in the next session.